Hey, uh, it's technically Saturday, like 1:49 a.m. on August 6th, 2016. So I decided to make a YouTube video late at night or early morning. Sorry, it's hard to see me. I'm in my car because I decided that was probably the best place to do it so that I don't wake up the neighbors inside the apartment. And I know Sadie's going to be excited to see me when I go in. So I had a fairly good day at work. I couldn't really complain. Got some good feedback from the behavioral analyst, or the BCBA, we call him. Got me to thinking about, going back to school, and I didn't really feel pressured the way he was saying it, but it's something good to think about. Um, and anyway, so I decided to go out tonight. I wasn't really planning on it. I went home and I spent some time with Sadie, and then I was chit-chatting with a few people online, and then I decided to take a shower because it was really hot, sweaty. It was really kind of humid today. And I decided I would go over to the Depot in Gardner and grab a grilled chicken burger and just to be in a public place, because sometimes for me that's the best thing. So the eating out, probably doesn't need to be happening all the time. But it gets really expensive to buy groceries for one person, believe it or not, and to always come up with stuff to make, especially late at night. And I'm not good with meal planning ahead of time and making stuff. I mean, I'm good at telling people how to do that and teaching people, but when it comes to myself, forget it. So anyway, it's not that expensive there, and it really is cheaper than if I had gone out and bought stuff to make something similar. I guess I'm defending myself so much because my weight is really bothering me right now. And I know that it's my fault, and I take 110% accountability for my weight gain. And the only person that can change it is me. But it is something that's really bothering me because I'm not as active as I normally am. I feel like my work schedule has made me feel less and less excited about going out and exercising, which is really sad because I typically, during warmer months, love to get Sadie out and go for walks and hikes and kayaking and that sort of thing. Anyway, I think there's a lot on my plate, and my therapist and I have been talking about the exercising and stuff, and so we'll see where that ends up. So the whole purpose of me really making this video is just to kind of barf everywhere about different thoughts and feelings. It's nothing really special, so please don't feel like you need to watch this entire video. I know it's probably going to be a little long. So, ever since a certain someone accused me said to other people that I had a drinking problem, mostly I can usually brush things off my shoulders and just say, whatever, they're not worth a grain of salt. They're not worth thinking about. But it has really stuck with me and bothered me a lot. And then I feel guilty if I do go out and have a few drinks, or if I do get inebriated, because I'm sure that a lot of people, maybe some of you now watching this video, think that this is like an everyday occurrence or something. It's definitely not. And it's actually pretty rare for me to go out even by myself and have a lot of drinks. I usually would have 1 or 2 beers max and call it good. I had a couple of drafts at the pub at the Depot, and I came back and I let Sadie out again, and then I decided to go to Hollowell, and I went to Easy Street. They had a fairly good hippie band playing tonight, and so I just threw a few beers down, but nothing major. And I just was really trying to enjoy the music and the people around me. But for some reason, I just kept thinking that everyone was laughing at me. And this is going to sound really crazy, and it probably sounds kind of paranoid or really paranoid, but I kept thinking that people were talking about me. And, I know they weren't, and they weren't laughing about me. And it's just silliness that I would have even thought that. But I think I just kept feeling that way because I feel like I don't fit in. I feel like I wear a label around my neck that says the transgendered freak. And when I say that, please, anybody that's struggling with their gender, don't think of this as a discouraging thing, or that you shouldn't go through a transitioning, or that there's anything wrong with you. And you are not a freak. It's just the thoughts that go through my head sometimes, and they're not pleasant and they're not filtered. And I'm trying to be real with everyone and the thoughts that I have in the moments. They don't always make sense rationally. So that's kind of where I was at. Last night I had a really rough night. The whole day was just off, and last night was rough. And then, we get back to today. Well, technically, I guess it would have been Friday, excuse me, because we're now technically into Saturday. But yeah, I just have been feeling so up and down. And I can't seem to get in a really happy, positive space as much as I try. I miss my mom a lot, guys, and that's a lot of it. Still trying to grieve that, I guess, and I think I probably need to ask my therapist to talk a little more about that sort of stuff. I think I should be going to therapy more than once a week, but I really don't see in my work schedule how that would be possible, and I don't really know if that's really necessary or if it would just be a waste of money. So, I just felt really like an outcast tonight when I tried to go out and socialize and nobody acknowledged me, not even the drunk people. And I kind of felt in some ways like I was invisible. But then I just kept thinking how ugly I am and that I have nothing going for me and that I'm just a loser. Now I know everyone's gonna say, no, that's not true. And I have things to look forward to, and I have family that loves me, and things, that could be headed in a positive direction. You would think that would be enough. You'd think that'd be enough to keep me going and keep me happy. And a lot of days it does. And there's days where it just doesn't seem to matter. I just feel so alone. As that old, kind of saying or adage goes, you could be surrounded by a million friends and still feel alone. You still feel lonely. Or like nobody cares. And this isn't a movie or, YouTube video to draw people in and for people to message me and tell me that, I'm wrong. I just want to express that, the feelings of being alone are really real for a lot of people. And I think that aloneness comes with a lot of people don't know what's going on inside my brain. And I'm alone with my thoughts. I wrote my dad a letter earlier when I was sitting at the depot. I was sipping on a draft Coors Light. I shared it with my sister and a friend. They both thought that it sounded really good. But now, I need to decide, when do I send it? How do I become brave enough to send it? I've kind of decided that maybe I'll wait until next week, Monday or Tuesday. And then if I need more therapy, I can maybe try to squeeze something in. Part of me would like to wait until Thursday and have my therapist read the letter, but I'm not sure if she wants to waste the time reading it or having me read it to her. I don't know. And then there's a part of me that wishes that I could be able to email my therapist when something comes up. She's offered for me to call her and that she would talk to me, even if it was just for a few minutes. When I told her that I was concerned that I'd be bothering her by calling, she said no, I wouldn't offer if I didn't feel comfortable or I didn't want you to. And I think maybe she's a little offended that, or sad that I don't want to reach out and call her when I'm having a hard time, but it just seems like that's kind of going above and beyond, and that's not really her job. Of course, if I was in her shoes, I'd be the same way. But anyway, we're almost up to 12 minutes, so thanks for listening, anybody that got through this, and peace out. Hopefully my next video can be a lot happier. Have a good weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.